Hi everyone, welcome to this video and welcome to my channel. My name is Kristin. I had a great, huge download today, multi-layered. It's still in the process of unwrapping, but I really wanted to share some of it now because I think it can be very helpful and a great awareness to have. And it's still very much as I said, in the process of like unwrapping all the layers, because there's so many layers to it. It's not really a topic that is all new. It's something we have been discussing many times, like parts of it. But what I experienced today in the meditation when this came in was that I saw really out of this one thing, like all different layers. Like I could see everything like playing out, and it was massive. So it's not something I will be able to cover up in one video. Neither is it really it's not always easy to talk about something when it's still in the process of unwrapping, but I will talk a bit about like the main things of it, and I hope that can be useful for you in both navigating the world now, the society, your own experiences, and also in seeing patterns, belief systems, limitations you hold on yourself, and maybe bring some new awareness to what can play, something that can play into that. And as always, awareness is key in order to make the change. So what I saw today, I've been experiencing a lot and having downloads, channelings, and a lot of integration last couple of weeks. So it has sort of built up. I've been working a lot in my meditations on a cellular and quantum level, creating more space on a cellular level and on the level of the atoms in the body, working with the light in the channel, with the earth, that, like all those layers. And what I saw today had to do with the unconscious patterning of hiding, which is a really big one. And for me personally, I could see how that was linked up, like what topics that I pulled in from the Akashic Records and things I've been experiencing throughout my life, how all of that had, or like some specific things of that was directly linked to this unconscious patterning of hiding. And collectively, I think it's really what we are seeing playing out on different layer or different levels. And I think bringing awareness to where you are putting limitations on yourself, where you are holding yourself back when you are sort of putting on a role because you step into one type of situation where you always behave like this, or this is a certain way to talk or to take action, or like to be in a certain way that is expected in that context and different in another context. Like when starting to bring that awareness into when, like when you're moving yourself from one context to another, from one situation to another, how, like what's happening within you, and is some other role you take on, does it have a layer of hiding, or can you actually be yourself in it? This is very closely linked up to fear, obviously, and it is a pattern that we have learned through generations and generations, and it's so like deeply ingrained in us that it's not always easy to see, because I've been seeing this several times before, and then, you know, it's like this onion or the spiral, so it's like you have one layer and then you come to another layer and you come to another layer. And what I experienced today was I saw like how all of these layers, like I saw everything from above, and I saw how, like, both on a multidimensional level and, as I said, linked up to my own Akash and with the collective and the society today and what's going on in the world. And it's, how can I put this? Like what's really important now, and what I've shared several times that I have been saying in channelings as well, is that we are moving into being and finding our own truth, and for being in our own resonance, and daring to speak our truth, daring to show up as ourselves, daring to actually look for our own truth, to look for who we are, to speak up about who we are and our perspectives when we feel that is aligned, and starting to bring awareness to when we're holding ourselves back from doing that, and why. Like why do I feel like I want to do this now, but I'm not really daring to do it, or to say it, or to show all of who I am in a certain situation. I'm holding something back, or like starting to bring awareness to these things in our everyday life, in all these normal situations, because it can be so subtle yet so essential to become aware of it, because it's like what's really being asked of us now is as I said, like coming into being, finding our own resonance, and bringing ourselves more out of the duality and the polarity, becoming aware of what's going on within ourselves, uh, the micro and the macro, of like all of what's going on, and start observing. So from this observer perspective, starting to consciously look for when you're hiding, and when these situations come up and you gain the awareness that it's actually a part of it, become aware of what kind of belief systems are playing, what programs are playing, because those are really, really, really key. And in that you can find the link up to that patterning of hiding. And it has been keeping us safe. And of course now, where we are in a situation where there's so much fear and perceived danger, it really triggers this, so we can feel it and we can look at it and come through our own fear. And with this awareness as well, I think it can help to really pinpoint those belief systems and the programming that we hold within ourselves from our experiences and everything, and how we keep that in the body, because that's that contraction instead of the expanded feeling that I've been talking about before. That contraction creates tension in the body. It's a lack of space on a cellular level in the body. It signals to the body to protect and to hide, to get away from something, instead of being in our own truth, being actually really resting in our own being. They have been talking a lot about that lately. Really being open about our resonance without having to judge someone else from or for being different or doing something different or having another opinion, because it's not my job to convince anyone to hold the same beliefs as I have. I know that my beliefs are changing, that they will continue to change. I know they have changed from the past, and it's not my job to control anyone else, to convince anyone, or to point out that people are wrong. But it's my job to come into myself, to find those beliefs that are holding me back, those beliefs that I keep playing in, that I'm still not aware of, that makes me hold myself back, that puts limits in my life. And if we can use this awareness to, when you find yourself in limiting situations in your life, and you feel that I can't do this because of this and that, or this, or like there are so many reasons, excuses. How, in that, either in that kind of situation, or when you feel that you're showing up not completely as yourself, that you're not daring to really, you're holding back something, is that a conscious choice, or is it something you're just doing because you're so used to it and it's expected and it's just how it is? way of thinking? Or can you use that situation to become aware of belief systems that keeps you in a feeling of being stuck, or being limited, or being in tension? They keep chattering while I'm talking, so I hope this makes sense for you guys. I hope it's not too much back and forth, and that I'm not repeating myself too much. I know I can do that sometimes. It's like right now it's challenging for me to get out a really clear message, I feel, at the same time as I'm seeing like all these layers, and it's like I want to talk about everything, and yet there's like this main message, and that's what they're saying also, to like really make clear how this unconscious pattern of that we need to hide, how that is no longer needed. We don't need to hide anymore. We don't need to hide who we are. We don't need to hide our abilities. We don't need to hide our creations. We don't need to hide what we like to do, the topics we like to talk about. You are safe to be who you are. And whenever you are in a situation, and you find yourself in a situation where you feel you're holding yourself back, or you feel you get tense in the body, or you get drained of energy, or all these kind of things, as you're observing this, and as you're finding or becoming aware of it, use this awareness as well of the hiding, and how deeply ingrained unconsciously that can be. How is that playing out in that situation? How can you use that to become really clear and aware of your own patterns, your own belief systems, and then start reprogramming yourself and really showing up for yourself, showing up for all parts of yourself, and start stepping out in the world as well, more integrated and more true to who you are. I hope this was helpful for you. I will for sure be explaining more in other videos as well, because it's very connected to a lot of the channelings that has been coming as well. Feel free to share the video if you know someone who will resonate with this, or who might get some help from it. I wish you a beautiful day. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and I'm looking forward to see you in the next video. Bye bye.